Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And it's 7:13. I'm a little bit behind. But I did get a notification. I got me a notification. There it is. Bam, I'm the only one watching me. What's up with that? I thought it should be 17 quadrillion billion people right now watching and waiting in the wings for me to start my live stream. So now I'm gonna give you all a chance to log on and get notifications and go through all of that mess that we normally have to go through every night with YouTube. People are logging in now. I see them. Hey, Kev. Here comes some backup. That's what I'm talking about. There ain't nothing wrong with a little backup. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get in and out tonight because I want to upload a couple standalone videos. And after I get done with the live stream, my throat be stripped. See, I get caught up, man. I be having a good time. You know, next you know, I get done and I'm like, you know what? I sound like Froggy, you know, off of the Little Rascals. Hey, guys. So I'm going to try to get it done tonight. So let's see. I went on last night live. Okay. And said, we ready 5 minutes ago. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So now, Oregon in the house. Not Portland, Oregon. Okay. Here we go. Got a notification, y'all. Yeah, Wisconsin in the crib. Here we go. That's right. Here we go. Now, let me go ahead, since I'm assuming you guys can hear me. I'm going to go ahead since I'm already running a little bit behind because I just got off work. How you like that mess? Had me up in some crazy part of Ohio, loading in all kind of stuff. But I'm going to tell you, the Amish brothers came through and helped me. They helped me and my partner. I mean, the Amish are built differently. If the grid ever goes down, that's where I'm going. I'm going to go ahead and get me one of them bowl cuts, put me a wig on, and roll up on the scene like, hey, Brother Thomas, you don't remember me? Yeah. So live with them people. They know how they get them. They had kids out there working, y'all. Kids. And the kids weren't complaining about no labor laws and stuff. I'm only 12 and they got me lifting drywall. Yeah, they didn't say nothing. They was proud. I was, man, it made me almost get misty-eyed. Watch this little dude grab 2 sheets of drywall, carry it in, because I asked him if he wanted a piece. See, that's the thing. You know, all the adults was grabbing, you know, the big, thick, you know, piece. And I looked at him, I was like, you want a piece? And he wanted a piece. He's like, yeah, I want a piece. Grabbed that bad boy, and we took it on in there. Said, you know what? This is gonna bust me up on this. Like, there is a God. So anyway, with that being said, I just got here. That's why I'm running late. And I also want to finish early. So let's go ahead and get busy. What? Real gold love. Real gold love. Real gold love. There's some kings in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorilla in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Now I want to give a shout out to Don, and I see Eagle Eyes in the crib, and some of the names I've seen for a while. Yeah. But whatever happened to the girl from Ireland? What was her name? I forget her username. She used to always talk about she was from Ireland, but I haven't seen her on in a while. A couple people, I was like, yeah, I wonder whatever happened. But who knows? I might just be missing her. Now, Sheena, there it is. Crazy chick Sheena. Haven't seen her in a while. All right, now, before we get into this, don't forget to hit the like button, share my videos, subscribe, follow me on all the other networks. Text MAGA to this number, 330-974-4607. And if you can, check out Kevin's Corner Store for some merch. Yeah, we got all kind of stuff. Or you can simply support the channel through my Cash App and my PayPal. Links are below. Now, guys, I want to take y'all back, man. Y'all remember this dude? Y'all remember this dude? And when he did this, aren't y'all glad this is over? Yeah, man. So glad we ain't got to worry about this mess.
This is restoring the situation you used before with transgender personnel can serve the government in the United States.
Now, you think Joe Biden knew what a transgender was? That big black mask on, crooked. What they told me to say something about wokeness and something about the Transformers. I love the Transformers. They were great. Optimus Prime. I like, what was the mean one? The Decepticons. Loved them. No, sir. It's transgenders. Who? What? What's a transgender? So now, this is back when they were trying to slide in all of this wokeness. and ended up brokenness. That's what it is. Turned our military into a laughing stock. Aren't you glad those days are over? Look how embarrassing they made us look.
It's military.
Look at that. Biden reversed Trump's ban on transgender people in the U.S. Army. There you go. That looks like we're ready to go to war right there. Ready to fight, man. Ready for Freddy. I'm telling you right now, if I am any other country that is an enemy of the U.S. and I was seeing this mess right here, do you understand how embarrassing this time in our history was? It was absolutely embarrassing. Look at this, man. I mean, they just straight went out there and said, let's just specifically just throw in as many transgenders as we can in the military. And then want to project strength. Yeah. So if they would have won, you know, they would have increased that. It might have been 1 out of 2 that were running low on numbers because we can't find anybody to meet our quota. Well, what's our quota? 1 transgender to 1 non-transgender. So let's continue looking at how our military used to look. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, that very feminine, but yet going bald. Going bald. There are some things you just can't run from. Don't they get it? I don't care how much you believe that I'm a woman. When that receding hairline kick in, it'll let you know you're not. So there it is, that guy right there in the military, all LGBTQ flagged up, proud. And they wonder why the numbers were low. Yeah, that was the one. That one right there. That one right there. What was Levine? Richard? Yeah, Richard got his butt up in there. They gave him some inflated title, talking about he's a colonel. And he was more concerned about the kids. You know, they like the kids for some reason. They want the kids to have gender affirming care or something like that. But he never talked about real health issues, though. Everything somehow would just seem to gravitate right back towards the LGBTQ community and transgender kids. I wonder why. I wonder why. But nonetheless, they were proud to stick his butt out there.
The opportunity to serve as the head of...
What the is this?
That is what every normal American's response was. And see, what did the Democrats in when it comes down to winning over common sense Americans, and of course men, was the fact that they projected this out there as if this was going to be sweet. It's like somebody with a raggedy behind outfit on. In Youngstown, we got some dudes that in their head, it is still 1972. Real life pimps. They go out and they get the whole suit and it's bright, flamboyant hat with a feather that hangs almost all the way down to the ground. They come out with the pink shoes, pink suit, pink tie. I mean, and be out there walking like, that's right. And I'm thinking to myself, in your head, this is sweet. And they wonder why everybody's looking at them, hitting each other like, look at this, and all of that. In their head, I'm crushing it. I'm killing them. You're killing us all right. Everybody else is looking at this going, what the heck is this? But in their head, they're going, this is sweet. And this is what the Democrat Party did. They thought if we start shoving these people up to the front, celebrating them, putting them out there in front of everybody and saying, look, there we go, it could never backfire on us. Everybody would be looking at us going, man, this is the kind of military I want to be involved in. You know what? This right here, that's sweet. Threw the commercial out there about the 2 moms and all of that. And the numbers went, not to mention, get the shot or we'll kick you out the military. So they just almost desecrated our military. I'm so glad we didn't have to go to war during the Biden administration's era. So they stick folks like this out there. And then all of a sudden now you gotta own this. You gotta own it. When election time comes around and you've been thinking that this was good marketing. Yeah, I want to stick all of these folks out there. Come on, everybody in a group picture. Everybody is in a set. You've been doing all of this. And then you start realizing that the public been paying attention to it. And they're going, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. If they would have just kept these people in the background or allowed them to be in whatever organization as just normal, See, you do your job. You're not going to get special treatment. We're not going to be coming around with the cameras. We're not going to be putting y'all in group pictures and putting y'all on flyers. You're going to be doing your job, period. Why don't Frank, who works in the mailroom, him and all the guys in the mailroom get their big photo up there and stuff like that? Why don't they get that? See, so they were promoting these people and then wondered why America rejected them, especially men. So now you got Richard up there, supposed to be inspiring young men to join the military, I guess. Yeah, they were top heavy on this stuff. Uh-oh. Well, look at that. Trump reversed all that mess. Yeah. Yeah, the Trump card. Get that mess out of here. We don't want that mess in the military, okay? See, Democrats, once again, like I said last night during my live stream, they put all their chips on woke, thinking that this right here should fly. This right here with all of our, our money from USAID and all of our paid little NGOs that we use to push this stuff in society, not organically, push it into society. Eventually, we'll break them. Eventually, we'll break society. Now, not me, though. Not me. I'm unbreakable when it comes down to this nonsense. See, when this stuff start becoming a thing, I said to myself, I don't care if everyone in the world starts talking about Richard Levine, you should call him Rachel. Because guess what? There's a such thing as being able to be transgender. I mean, the science has changed. You would never break me with this. I would be like, I hear what you're saying, but no. I'm not believing. Everybody says it's true. I mean, haven't you been looking at the news and all of that celebrities and all of that? And I'll be going, I don't care. Yeah, I'll be the only guy getting booed. I'd be the only guy they're going, that's this guy right here is transphobic. I don't care. And definitely, you're not going to get me to start talking about well, I can see why we should get gender affirming care for the kids. Unbelievable. But we did find a society, y'all, that is figuring out how to handle this type of movement. I mean, if your government ain't going to address it, sometimes you got to take matters into your own hands, which takes us to New Zealand. They were having themselves a transgender party and a parade and stuff. And somebody came and rained on their parade. Young men stepping up. Look at this. Oh, yeah. They came in with the... Look what's on their shirts. Real men. Real men. Look. That's right. Hey, now wait a minute. Why are all of the folks who support the LGBT transgender movement, why aren't they running out there attacking these people and saying, you guys are nothing but trans folks, get out of here? Could it be because these dudes are, shooting out a whole heap of testosterone? They're like, no, this is how real men are. Don't even think you're going to come up on our face, talk about, you guys should be. It's not going to happen. Why do you think we're out here with our war cries, beating our chests, talking about, blah? Yeah, we're out here with shirts that says real men. And to the point where the cops stepped up. And I'm going, now, wait a minute. Why are you suppressing these indigenous men's, ability to go out there and express themselves? That's what I want to know. Yeah, I mean, I thought you guys were very sensitive to people of color. Look at them. Oh, look at that. You're not going to be spreading all that masculinity here. We're not going to let you come here with all of your toxic masculinity. Now, notice though, they don't be running out there like that when radical liberals be protesting. See, why don't they be running out there like that when they take up bridges and tie themselves to stuff and block traffic and all of that mess? Why don't they run out there like that then? Huh? Oh, okay, because they probably are told, don't you hurt the radical, crazy protesters that we've been sending around here, okay? But whenever, somebody comes out to protest against a certain group of people, then the cops jumped into action. Quick, Johnny on the spot. There it is. Yeah! Yeah! I wonder if Antifa's there. I wonder if in any of these crazy behind groups. I wonder if they're going to show up to that and start busting them up and coming in with the black mask and their helmets and stuff to these guys right here. I wonder if that's going to happen. No? Okay, so they know who to pick with and who not to pick with and what, protests to try to interrupt and all of that stuff and what type of people to attack. So now I think these guys are deciding to take back their culture when it comes down to men. I think they want to make sure that they preserve the sanctity of being a man in society. And I mean, they're not going to attack these people. They're just out there doing what we've seen them do in sports events and stuff like that. But for some reason, the police are very concerned about it. Yeah, so interesting. I like the one dude across the chest like that. He brought it all the way from here. Yeah. Man, if I was over there right now, I'd be like, can I get in? Can I get in? Come on, somebody give me a shirt, quick. I'm in. I will be going nuts in that thing. So yeah, I don't think that went over well. I'm sure they were not expecting their little protest to be interrupted by a whole bunch of men that's saying, yeah, real men. There it is. They'll probably call them all, misogynistic afterwards. Today, a misogynistic group of people showed up. So anyway, now that that's over, guys, that type of nonsense is over. We're still dealing with other types of nonsense around the country, because there's the resistance. Everything that Trump is trying to do, there's a resistance. And it's a stupid resistance, too, because they're resisting things that are popular with the people. See, so as they waste their time still trying to counter everything that Trump is doing, all they're doing is spreading themselves thin and burning through all of their, anger and stuff like that, and making themselves look like fools. And one of the areas are all of these sanctuary cities. There it is. They're not getting the hint. Mm-hmm. I just don't get that, man. I don't get that. So we just showed all the transgenders in the military that they were highlighting. They backfired. Dropped the numbers when it come down to recruiting. And it turned a whole bunch of Americans off and said, man, this is what the Democrat Party wants us to relate to. They want to stick this out in our face. So we saw that. Then we also saw all these Americans saying, we've been noticing a whole bunch of people, we don't know who they are. They're in our neighborhoods and our cities. And what are y'all spending money on these people? Are you kidding me? You know what? I'm going to vote for Trump. I'm going to vote for Trump. And even in all of that, some of these folks still are saying, we're going to protect our precious illegal immigrants. But one person who decided, not me, one person who accidentally slipped up and said something against the corrupt Democrats, yeah, he said, you know what? We got to run for our lives. New York will never stand. Yeah, New York can never take this. We won't be able to sustain it. So when he said all of that crap, all of a sudden, hush up, boy. The feds showed up and Mayor Peanut was in trouble. Mayor Peanut was in the hot seat. They were following Mayor Peanut around, showing up, talking about, you gonna give me the laptops. You give me that cell phone. They didn't give him no time to bleach bit it. They didn't give him no time to mash up the blackberries. Nothing. Caught Mayor Peanut totally off guard. But Mayor Peanut might have had a lamb in the bush. Oh, yeah. Mayor Peanut said, you know what? Forget this, man. I'm going to throw off my peanut shell and step into the coconut shell. It's a little tougher, see? The coconut shell is a little harder. And so what Mayor Peanut did, it saw the writing on the wall. If my own party decides that identity politics means nothing anymore, what really means something is if you support the regime, whether you agree with it or not, whether it makes you look bad or not, whether it makes you sell out all your New Yorkers, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's the number one priority. And so we're going to make an example of you, Mayor Peanut. So Mayor Peanut said, I ain't going to be a peanut. I ain't going to be a peanut no more. I'm going to be a coconut from now on, and I want me a pardon. So Mayor Coconut now has been working hard for that pardon, and let's see where we're at with it.
The acting U.S. attorney here in New York resigning
What?
just days after the Justice Department ordered her to drop criminal charges against New York City's Mayor Eric Adams. This is another story that continues to unfold. And
See, this is the mentality of the right. Now, you're going to throw yourself on, I guess the fire. I mean, what is this going to get you? I mean, do you really want Mayor Adams that bad? But when you're an activist and everything you do revolves around activism, you can't take a direct order for your job. I guess you're going to be a hero and get nothing out of it. Maybe a couple interviews on MSNBC or CNN while it's hot. What made you resign? What made you step down? Well, I felt that. There were some shady things going on, and I wanted to hold him accountable because nobody is above the law. And I felt that, yeah. But really, you're going to walk away with nothing. Walk away with nothing. All you had to do is just drop the case. But you want to go out like an activist because it's greater than you, see? So here you are. You're going to take a stance and step down and resign. Good. I want them to get rid of all the woke DAs, all of these woke folk in the DOJ. Get them out of here. I want them to be offended when they come in and start saying this right here is unnecessary. Y'all shouldn't have went after this person. This case is bogus. Drop that case. I want all of these folks who invested in activist cases to say, I'm offended and I'm leaving. Good. And if they don't leave, then fire. So either way, she probably would have been gone. But nonetheless, she wants to go out like a hero to the left. I'm taking a stance.
a lot of layers. Justice correspondent David Spunt joins me now live from the Department of Justice. Hi, David.
Hi, Martha, and this is going to continue to unfold over the next few days. So on Monday, acting Deputy Attorney General Emil Bove, former defense attorney for President Trump, running DOJ until Pam Bondi got in as AG, he instructed Danielle Sassoon, the acting U.S. attorney at SDNY, Southern District of New York, to drop the case against Mayor Eric Adams.
Yeah, but see, when you're an activist, you're not tethered to any authority, see. Your authority is the cause. There it is. We're going to do whatever we want to do. Just like they did under Trump the first 4 years. And now they're all wondering why they're getting fired. I mean, can you imagine if Trump were to start cleaning house with all of these agencies, with all of these liberal activists barreled inside there? You think any of his agenda would get passed? You don't think these folks would be emailing this and sabotaging this and doing all of that stuff and dragging stuff out? And they would have wreaked havoc. So Trump learned. He's like, nah, man. Hey, y'all been building a nest for a whole bunch of radical liberals out there, especially in Washington, okay? And you want me to come in and not look at, okay, how many of these people are loyal to what we're trying to do, or just here to do their job and not be activists? And if they're not, they got to go. They got to go. So this lady took it hard, took it personal, I guess. It's not like she's invested a whole bunch of time in the case because it just kind of popped up once Mayor Coconut called out that illegal immigration issue.
They called it weaponization. They said he was not able to carry out his duties as mayor. He instructed her to drop it. 4 days later, it's not dropped. I just got my hands literally on an 8-page letter. And
see, that's just like those non-voted in holdovers. Yeah, we're going to do whatever we want to do, but there's no shadow government. Nah, there's no shadow. Trump comes out and says, look, don't send out any more money. Well, forget Trump. I'm about to send this money up to New York for all those illegal immigrants in those hotels. These are the things that get you to hammer. But your activism outweighs your common sense. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm not listening to Trump and all of his white supremacy. Send the money. Got that butt fired. Same thing with her. I didn't tell you to drop the you did? Okay, good. Yeah, good. You've identified yourself as an activist. Get out of here.
he is laying into Danielle Sassoon for not dropping the case. He says, Ms. Sassoon, in response to your refusal to comply with my instruction to dismiss, I write to notify you that your resignation is accepted. It says the decision is based on your choice to continue pursuing a politically motivated prosecution.
Yeah, politically motivated prosecution. Yeah. Now, here's the funny part about this, y'all. Obviously, if it's politically motivated, it's motivated based on leftist ideology, based on the cause. However, one part of their ideology is Black people are the greatest. They're the best. Indigenous people, people of color, marginalized people, We want America to look like a melting pot. We want folks to be able to see how diverse New York is, how woke we are, how cultured we are. And we want everybody to understand that our white privilege really is an advantage. So it's great when we can elevate a black man, right? But for some reason, instead of dropping his charges, like they've been dropping all of those other people that's been pushing people off the trains and all that stuff and punching people and committing all those crimes in New York, and somehow they get bailed immediately and their charges get dropped. Instead of dropping his charges, just like they've been dropping all them other people's charges, not her. She don't want to do it. She wants to take it all the way to the well. And I'm thinking to myself, you should be quick to drop the charges of an unfair justice system that unfairly targeted black people. Oh, I'm sorry. He ain't no longer black, y'all. My fault. He bucked up against the Democrat Party and lost all of his identity politics credentials. See, that's when you just become a regular white man or a Trump supporter or a white supremacist / black man. I mean, it don't matter. You're just no longer, doing the bidding of the Democrat Party. So all the wokeness gone just like that. I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, wow, the black man right there is being treated unfairly. This white lady with her white privilege, she don't want to let the brother off, even though the people above her told her, let the brother go. Now, if that's what the interview should be, I want to call her, excuse me, I want to talk to you about the Mayor Coconut case. Yes, what about it? Yo, so you wouldn't drop the charges? No, because nobody's above the law. And I won't be beholden to Donald Trump's, cabinet and them subverting the law and this and that. And I'd be like, okay. Hey, are you racist? Are you racist? See, why didn't you want to drop the case of the black man, huh? I mean, aren't you woke? And you want to lock up the black man, huh? I mean, when they were giving a black man a pass, you didn't want to get a black man a pass. Are you racist? See, give them a taste of their own medicine. So here we go. Let's see how Mayor Adams / Coconut is doing.
Despite an express instruction to dismiss the case, you lost sight of the oath that you took when you started at the Department of Justice by suggesting that you retain discretion to interpret the Constitution. So Eric Adams' case right now, Martha, is officially not dropped. A judge would have to sign off on it. Where we are now is that Danielle Sassoon has resigned. The Justice Department will put somebody in that position until President Trump's choice is going to be confirmed. And the judge really doesn't have much recourse. If the prosecution and the defense both agree that Eric Adams' case needs to be thrown out, ultimately, it's probably going to be thrown out. But right now, there's definitely a lot going back and forth between this building here in Washington, D.C.
But wait a minute. The example of what happens to you, whether you black, trans or whatever, when you disobey the Democrat Party and the radical left, hasn't been made yet. It hasn't been made. I mean, you can't let this black man who went rogue and decided to criticize the Biden administration and their precious illegal immigrants, you can't let him slide like that. Yeah, man, you can't let him walk away and still keep his job, still be popular because I guess he's black, still be beloved by all of these. No, you got to make an example. We don't like those type of black folks. We don't like the black folks that we elevate, put them in power, and then the way they repay us is to call out our corruption. So now we got to go after him for some reason. Somehow now, Mayor Coconut is being targeted by the Democrats. Oh man, what is going on with this? So now I'm hoping that any person of color who thinks that the Democrat Party is really married to minorities, I hope they wake up and realize. Somebody said, damn, please tell Kev about the audio. Let's see here. Let me unplug it and plug it back in. Check one. Is the audio back? Let me see something. Was I having a problem with the audio? Check one. Is the audio back? Let me see something. Was I having a problem with the audio? It is kind of fuzzy. Is the audio back? Let me see something. Was I having a problem with the audio? Somebody says good. Is the audio back? Much better? Okay. Okay, all right, let's carry it. The show must go on. If something goes wrong, let me know. So, what was crazy about this though is they haven't finished, punishing him. And they definitely is not going to let him get away with this and hook up with Trump. See, that's the real problem. He ran to Trump. Now, they're going to send them dogs out. This man left the plantation briefly. I don't know if he's gone forever, but he left the plantation and sprinted over there to Trump and Tom the Hammer Holman. And those Democrats now got to get out those dogs. Brr, brr. We got ourselves a runner. And now they're on his trail. So let's see what the latest is about Mayor Coconut.
And SDNY over the Eric Adams case, which is still not dropped at this point.
Hey, Linda, Mayor Eric Adams addressing the public for the first time since the Justice Department ordered federal prosecutors to drop the criminal corruption and bribery charges against Adams. But in his speech, Adams maintained his innocence, saying that despite the grueling last few months, he has stayed focused on working for New Yorkers, outlining a list.
And my man got pep in his step now. Y'all see him walking, he got a little swag in his step. He coming in like, that's right. America, greatest country on the planet. My man didn't jump out that car talking about, as a black man, a victim of slavery and discrimination. No, he ain't talking about that stuff no more. He ain't talking about that. He ain't using his identity politics, shields. He ain't doing that. Right now, Mayor Coconut is got out that car like, well, you can tell by the way he breath is walking, woman, man. No time to talk. Giving everybody, yeah, that's right, y'all. Greatest country on the planet. Tom Hochul, we still meeting? We still hooking up tonight? Okay, cool. Let's talk about how we're going to get these illegal immigrants out of here. Yeah, so these bad boy charges is still popping. Let me see something. I'm wondering if it's the audio or it's acting a fool. It messes with the audio, so I took it off. All right, make sure all the plugs in tight. 1 2 1 2. All right, let me double check it. See what I sound like over here. I hate to have to do troubleshooting. 1 2. All right, let me double check it. See what I sound like over here. I hate to have to do troubleshooting. 1 2. All right, let me double check it. See what I sound like over here. I hate to have to do troubleshooting. I'm good now. I'm good now. Okay. All right. We're gonna see. We'll roll with it until. All right. So anyway, So Mayor Coconut right now is feeling good about himself. He's like, yeah, man, I'm loving it. But as long as he stays under the good grace of Trump, he might come out of this okay.
Of accomplishments Adams says he has delivered on for the city. Adams also thanked the Justice Department for their, quote, honesty and said he is ready to move forward. But the Justice Department never said that Adams was innocent, ordering federal prosecutors.
That's going to bother me. Hold on. Let's see here. I see what y'all saying. Okay, all right. We're gonna see. Yeah, that bothers me. I'm gonna unplug, replug. There, that should do it. All right, one more time, nice and tight. Yeah, nice and tight. Check one. Now, somebody said don't trust him. Oh, absolutely not. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm definitely not saying that Mayor Coconut done went full-blown MAGA and this and that. This is a self-serving contractual, agreement right here. He knows what he's doing. And if he was smart, he would go full 100 MAGA. If he was smart, he would be like, man, I'm about to go straight up. I'm coming in with the biggest MAGA hat on during a dang on press conference. That hat should be a novelty MAGA hat. Coming in like, welcome everybody. I want to talk about, so he should have a MAGA hat on. But right now, the most important thing to him and to us is getting those illegal immigrants. Let's see, it says maybe some background music, static, oddly, mic may be broken. Now, here y'all are trying to help troubleshoot me. All right, I need to know real quick though. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Check one. Yes. Okay, good. All right, now there we go. So right now, though, he knows the most important thing is, of course, these illegal immigrants getting out of there. To Trump and all of them. However, he also knows that it's the most important things to the Democrats, too. So right now, that's why he's hated. Because he's saying They love these illegal immigrants. They stuck it to me because I called it out. And so what did I do? I said, well, now Trump's back in power, and I am going to go ahead and support him because it's important to him too. So we got two entities right now that they both have a high priority when it comes down to these illegal immigrants. One entity tried to throw him in jail for calling it out. The other entity is giving him, the opportunity to redeem himself. You work with us, those charges go away. Now, they never said that, but we all kind of know what's going on here. So let's listen to Mayor Adams with his new pep in his step address this.
Prosecutors to drop their criminal case against the mayor without prejudice, writing that this case can be revisited after the November election. The Justice Department also stating that they have not assessed the strength of the evidence in this case, but argue that it should be dismissed for two reasons. One, so that Adams can devote his full attention to the migrant crisis, and two, so that the case doesn't interfere with his reelection bid. But critics say that Adams sold out the city for his own benefits. Even Reverend Al Sharpton, who is a close ally of Adams, said in a statement that he will be convening the city and state's top black elected officials in the coming days to determine a unified course of action.
So now Al Sharpton is coming out of nowhere. Now see, why is Al even worried about this? The media is already trying to insinuate that Mayor Adams might have been compromised by Donald Trump and Tom Hochul. His actions and decisions and stuff might be motivated by, his working hard for his party, see. And, forget how he got to get out of trouble. Where was Al Sharpton coming out when the charges dropped? Where were they? Nobody came out and said, why are they going after this black man and all of that stuff? So now that Mayor Adams isn't out there with the Black Panthers behind him giving press conferences talking about racism and stuff, instead he's talking about corruption, and he's talking about the Democrats, of course, launching lawfare on him and all of this stuff. Now that he ain't out there talking about identity politics and all of that stuff, now Al Sharpton is questioning what's going on. Now he wants to know, now is this man compromised? Forget how Mayor Coconut got to get his butt out of trouble or what deals he need to be making to get out of trouble because the Democrats and the radical behind activists decided this guy right here is not playing ball, so let's make an example out of him. No Al Sharpton then. Nobody, none of these folks on the left was running to his side talking about this black man's being justifiably treated. Well, because he broke the law. You can't, disagree with the Democrats and all of their crazy ideology, and especially their precious illegal immigrants. So now all of a sudden everybody got questions about him, y'all.
Saying that it sounds like President Trump is holding Mayor Adams hostage.
No, see, there we go. Yeah, Trump's holding Mayor Adams hostage. Okay. No, you know who would have held him hostage? The feds and that prosecutor. His butt would have been in the slammer somewhere. So Mayor Coconut made a calculated decision. He was like, I'm about to take advantage of this because you know what? Mayor Adams has a brand. My brand is staying out of prison. There you go. I have a brand. Just like New York has a brand, I have a brand too, and it's staying out of prison. Let's go MAGA. So let's continue. Now, don't get it twisted. I definitely don't trust him. But I see what he's doing.
By leaving the door open to possibly revisiting the case. Here is more of what Adams had to say earlier today.
It is worth repeating the facts because many sensational and false claims have been made. So let me be clear. I never ask anyone to break the law on my behalf or on behalf of my campaign.
Tell him, Coca.
Never. And I absolutely never traded my power as an elected official for any personal benefit.
Let me ask you about this.
Uh-oh. Now look at this, guys. They about to send in the assassins, going after Coca. They don't want Coca to walk out clear. They don't want him to get off squeaky clean, especially if his salvation came from Trump and his administration. Now, that's a no-no. So not only did he give them the slip when it comes down to these charges and his punishment for, of course, calling the Democrats out. Not only did he give them the slip, but he gave them the slip because Trump's DOJ told them to drop the charges. Now, all of a sudden, they send out Mad Cow and Hochul with those big fat teeth. All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth. This is my two front. So let's see what they got to say about Coconut.
this drama involving Mayor Eric Adams and the corruption charges against him. What we've just seen with the resignation of the U.S. Attorney, the Trump-appointed acting U.S. Attorney, the removal of line prosecutors on that case, the demand from Maine Justice to drop that case, the refusal from SDNY to do it, then the resignation of Maine Justice officials who had the case dumped on them and they wouldn't take it either. This is just an incredible drama in terms of federal law enforcement right now.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Mad Cow. Wait a minute. Why aren't you, with that big, fat, humpty nose, bringing up race? Notice she didn't bring up race not one time. Now, if this was a liberal, could it be it's motivated by Trump and all of them because his color? It's funny how when black folks that aren't Democrat operatives get themselves in trouble, okay, they never bring up the race issue. Now she wants it to look solely based on, the law and, what the legal system says. It has nothing to do with racism, and we don't even want to talk about that stuff. Race is not an issue right now. Forget the fact that he's black. We want to talk about these charges and all of that stuff. We want to hold him accountable, not because of his color or sex or anything, because of his corruption or whatever he did or he's accused of. See, because if she brings up race now, then that might bring sympathy towards Mayor Coconut when it comes down to the folks to watch the show. Maybe all black people should get off no matter what they have done. Whenever you're not a conservative, whenever you're not connected to Trump. See, so you get out of trouble pass if you're a minority from the left and all of these people. But when you are conservative or you got some alliance with Trump, then all of a sudden they don't want to talk about race. They want everybody to look at the facts. Just look at the case. Don't look at his race. Look at the case and not his race. So now she's asking about it.
But you are in a very unusual position, a singular position with regard to this case, which...
Now, here it comes, guys. Y'all ready for the assassination attempt? Here it is. The assassination attempt is going to be, look, why don't you fire this guy? I'm going to bring up a solution as if this is just something that popped up out of my head or people has been mentioning it. Okay. But here's the solution. We can't let this black guy who is disobedient and is working with Trump and is threatening our precious illegal immigrants get away scot-free. So my suggestion is fire him. Fire the black man.
Is that thanks to the New York State Constitution and New York City law, you are the only person who has the power to effectively fire Mayor Eric Adams.
Bam! Can you believe Rachel Madcow wants a black man fired? Unbelievable. She's suggesting this, throwing the subliminal out there and saying, this is what you do to get him. They're going after the black man to fire him. So all of you minorities who think the Democrat Party just loves black people, this is what you get when you're not an obedient black person. When you break the rules and step away from the party. Now they're out there dropping hints about firing you. You're the only one that could get rid of it. I'm just saying, you ain't hear from me. I mean, legal scholars that have been saying, and whispers in the corner. No, they told Madcow to go out there and give her an alternative to Mayor Coconut getting away with this and working with Tom Homan.
Move him from this position, which might conceivably moot this whole fight. How are you thinking about that now? You could have done it at any point until now, but now given this crisis that's emerged in federal law enforcement around this case.
Now, do you think if this guy was a completely woke Democrat, like what if this was Big Ankles Queen Latifah and she was in trouble, they would be using race constantly. If Queen Latifah gets in trouble with Bondi and they start talking about we're going to prosecute her based on her not keeping her citizens safe when it comes down to define illegal immigration laws, not to mention the lawfare and all that stuff. Every one of these people would be protecting her, and they would never be bringing up anything that could damage her, hurt her. They would be bringing up her race constantly, her sex constantly, the fact that she offended Trump, the fact that she went after Trump to try to hold him accountable. Do you think he's motivated by racism? Do you think it's motivated by sexism? Do you think it has something to do with... But now here she is just brainstorming about ways to stop Mayor Adams. Unbelievable. These people have no moral code. The moral code is obedience to the radical left agenda.
Are you feeling differently about that responsibility?
Let me tell you from a couple of angles here.
Okay, you see those teeth assists? She's leading teeth first. Can't even close that mouth. You still see a little teeth hanging out right there. Let me tell you about the situation, okay? I gotta walk lightly and tread lightly because he's still black. He's still black. Don't make him go back to the black. Now all of a sudden y'all come at him again. I was off. Everything was okay, and then they decided to come back after me because I'm a black man. Hochul turned against me. Yeah, but nonetheless, let's hear Roger Rabbit give her opinion about what should happen to the black man.
One is that this is unbelievable.
It's still crackling. Boy, I tell you. Let me see something here. Phone. See, you see this mess? Let's see. Plug you back in. Real tight. Now, you better pull it together. All right, let's see. I don't want to go mic-less, though. I don't want to go mic-less. I got used to hearing it up close. I used to never use a mic. Then, of course, I got used to the mic, and I'm like, all right, I like the mic sound. So anyway, so now, here she is. She got to thread this needle right here, y'all. Let's see what she says.
Unbelievably unprecedented for the Department of Justice in Washington to interfere in this way. My husband was a 30-year federal prosecutor. Barack Obama.
She can't even say the word because those teeth in the way. Those teeth are in the way. My husband was a 30-year prosecutor. Somebody needs to go get a hacksaw and go to work on those two fronts. Zig it, zig it, zig it, zig it, zig it. Get it leads down to the point where she can shut her mouth. But here she is talking about her husband.
Made him his United States attorney. You look at what happened here. This is not supposed to happen in our system of justice.
You mean like Biden pre-pardoning all of those people? That's not supposed to happen in our system of justice. You mean like Trump being brought up on all of those charges and all of those indictments and big ankles, Queen Latifah trying to take his goods, his company, his building, her just deciding to insert herself in a transaction that had nothing to do with her. Two sophisticated parties come together, make a deal, and then here comes big ankles. Yeah, big Godzilla feet having Queen Latifah talking about, I think Mar-a-Lago is only worth 18 million. You mean like that? Violating the statutes of limitations, making everything just very easy to sue Trump, go after him, throw him in a slammer. But yet you're talking about this is not supposed to happen.
The Bondi administration in that Department of Justice is already showing they're corrupt. Now, set that aside.
Already showing they're corrupt. Can you believe this big teeth having? She don't need to use a rake. Use those two fronts. Honey, I'm going out to rake the leaves. Well, here's the rake. Get that out of here. That's what she used. Those two fronts. So as corrupt as the New York prosecutors are, she's talking about it's very clear already that these prosecutors are corrupt. Could it be because your butt is on the line too? Yeah, you were mentioned in a few minutes. We're going to hear your name come up again.
I did see the letter that was issued by the acting United States attorney. The allegations are extremely concerning and serious.
Yes.
But I cannot, as the governor of this state, have a knee-jerk, politically motivated reaction like a lot of other people are saying right now.
Yeah, because I gotta do this very calculated. See, if I have a knee-jerk reaction and it comes across as if we are attacking the black man who appeared to get off, he finally beat the system, the corrupt, evil, dirty, stinking, racist, systemically racist system, and the black man get his charges dropped. And now all of a sudden, you and Rachel Madcow are philosophizing about how we can go after him anyway. I'm just wondering. I'm just saying. Now, see, here's the point. I'm highlighting all of this for the simple fact it shows that these folks major in identity politics until it's inconvenient for them. That's all. That's when it reveals what they really are about. They don't care about your race, your sex, your gender. It is all about the agenda. That's what it's about. So now here she is, because they backed themselves in to the identity politics corner and the victimization corner, to where when you do want to go after a black person, you got to do it very carefully. See, especially if they were a black Democrat, and you're sitting back on that. How do we go ahead and destroy this man without coming across looking like we attacking the black man? Same black man that we claim all black men are mistreated by the system, and yet Donald Trump and all of his money and his white privilege gets him off. But you don't want to let the black man get off though, right? See, I want to throw it back in their face, and I hope some idiots who think these people are on the side of minorities are observing this.
I have to do what's smart, what's right, and I'm consulting with other leaders in government at this time.
Yeah.
Got to have one sane person in the state who can cut through all the crap and say, what is my responsibility? Guide me to do.
Yeah, guide me to do. I got to get with all the other Democrats and say, how do we execute this guy? That's what we got to do, and do it to where it won't look like we don't want to attack the black man just because he defied our desire to have illegal immigrants flood this country and our city. That's what she got to do. So you best believe they're going to try to axe Mayor Adams. They are not going to let this dude walk around with his chest out, feeling nice and fancy free and hanging out down there at Mar-a-Lago, going on Fox with Tom the Hammer Holman doing interviews. You think they're going to let that dude walk away from that? They got those hound dogs like this big tooth woman out there going after him. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because they don't want Mayor Adams to flip it on them, and then all of a sudden they're on the run.
And just as when the allegations came out last September, and the city was in chaos, I said, I will intercede, work with the mayor to get rid of a lot of people who are under indictment, calm it down, bring in a new police chief commissioner who's doing an outstanding job. Our subways are safer. People are feeling better around the city. More people are coming back. I don't want our rebirth to be stopped by this. By
this. I don't want our illegal immigrants to be stopped by this. I don't want Tom the Hammer Holman to go ahead and get with Mayor Coconut and they get our illegal immigrants snatched out of here. You know how much money we spent on them at these hotels? Do you know how much money we spent? You know what I'm saying? You know how much we had to manipulate, dip, and finagle covering up all of this crime with these illegal immigrants? That's what they don't want. They don't want Mayor Adams saying, I'll work with you. Let's get these folks up out of here. So now all of a sudden you're trying to throw your boy under the bus. You telling me you read the charges, Hochul, and you was like, I'm concerned about him. I'm really concerned about him. Yeah. As many corrupt politicians in New York, as many corrupt, evil, stinking folks that went after Trump, and yet you all of a sudden now grew a conscience. You're looking at Mayor Coconut's charges and going, I really am concerned about him. I'm not concerned about all of the folks in our city that are walking the subways crazy, got rap sheets, been in jail 6-7 times, but let out. Somehow, there you go, put somebody out there to get killed. Not concerned about that stuff, but I am concerned about Mayor Adams getting that upgrade on that plane. Do you see these people? They think we don't realize what they're doing. They're still going after the man because he made them look bad.
To maintain stability and the chaos and do what's right for the city of New York, because
I'm sure that's why you do it.
I also represent the city. These are my constituents as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure they're protected here. So
I'm going to make sure they're protected as we see the crime going crazy and people being burned alive on choo-choo trains. But I'm going to make sure they're protected. Oh, boy.
This just happened. I need some time to process this and figure out the right approach.
But you are consulting with the leaders, consulting with your advisors, and
look. Mayor, do you see this long neck woman right here? You see this chick right there with that butch cut? I'm sure she's not going to the salon for that cut. She's going straight to the barber. Give me the usual. So now look at her. She's promoting it. She's like, but you are going to look into it, right? You're considering it. I mean, I'm just saying. Not that I want to see it happen, but I just want to make sure you are looking into it, right? It is an option, because we can't let this black man embarrass us. And who knows? Other black people might realize they ain't got to be obedient to the Democrat Party. Now, Mayor Adams would be stupid, okay, if he don't realize that the Democrats are trying to throw a hit out on him, and he would be stupid if he returned back to his radical leftist policies to try to win favor with the people who tried to throw him under the bus. Technically, this dude should be going 100% MAGA all day. I will come out with the red tie on. I have the conservative pin button on. I mean, shoot, every press conference I come out wrapped in a flag. Yeah, a couple ARs down my back, sticking up. Shoot, with a big come and take it hat on. All right, I'm here for the press conference again. Shout out to all my MAGA folks. Because these people want blood from this man. So it's not about his color anymore and all that stuff. He's a black man. No, that don't count.
Anew at this matter,
Of course I am.
given the recent
Of course I am.
Governor Kathy Hochul of New York.
Wow. So anyway, here's the real crooks that Kathy Hochul is overlooking. They want Mayor Coconut, but
And what we are seeking now is disgorgement. We are recovering, obviously, his ill-gotten gains.
his ill-gotten gains. Now, do you see this big ugly chick? Do you see Queen Latifah up there? So now here she's talking about his ill-gotten gains. Look like she's just reading the script.
That inured to the benefit not only of Donald Trump, but his family and all of those who worked for the Trump organization.
She is reading the script because I could tell the way her eyes are. She's looking at a piece of paper right now on TV, MSNBC, talking about how she's going to go after Trump ill-begotten gains. How do you know it was ill-begotten? When did you learn that? I mean, did you do an investigation? This is before you even in office. You get in office and you talk about, I'm sure this man didn't get rich the right way. So I'm going to go ahead and look into how you get so rich. That's what I want to know. No, I want to know how you, Godzilla, got rich. This chick's worth a lot of money. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe we should look into your ill-begotten gains and mess.
No one is above the law.
There it is. No one's above the law. Here she is again.
Basically, we investigate all individuals. And
Yeah, all individuals, especially if your name is Trump. Yeah, that's what it is.
no one is above the law.
Well, no one is
Regardless
above
of
the
who you are, regardless of your power, size, influence.
law. Size, I don't know. It's going to take a lot of investigators to investigate you, Godzilla. So here she is right here trying to pretend like this whole thing that she went after Trump for was not politically motivated. No, don't look at the fact that he was a former president. Don't look at that. Don't look at the fact that I boasted and went around and promised everybody before I was even elected that I was going after this man. Forget that. I'm simply trying to hold him accountable because nobody is above the law. And I'm pretty sure he got some ill-begotten gains. Now, I don't know for sure because I really haven't got in there. Nobody came to me and told me anything. But I'm pretty sure because it's Trump. Yeah, he got some ill-begotten gains that I need to look into.
Wealth or station in life. One set of laws.
One second.
And today, we send a strong and loud message that no one is above the law.
I wonder if Kathy Hochul's looking into her. I wonder if Kathy Hochul's saying, you know what, that does look a little suspicious that you campaigned on going after Trump and checking out his finances and investigating his businesses and stuff before there was even a predicate. No predicate whatsoever, but you're talking about, I'm going to investigate him. I'm going to look into all of his businesses. I'm going to be a pain in his butt. That's what she was saying before she got in. But Kathy Hochul, big tooth, is not out there saying, hey, I'm a little concerned about that. No? Okay.
Message is simple. No matter how powerful you are, no matter how much money you think you may have, no one is above the law.
To the Democrats, I say, be careful what you wish for.
Bam!
President Trump's Attorney General Pam Bondi holding her first press conference at the Department of Justice just within the past hour.
Oh, shoot. Bad girls. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when she come from you? Bad Bondi. What you gonna do? Yeah, man. There's a new sheriff in town. So nobody is above the law. Yeah, says Pam Bondi.
Hour here. Lots of questions on this one. New York, though, very clearly her next target regarding immigration policy.
Ooh, Mayor Adams.
We're here today because we have filed charges against the state of New York. We have filed charges against Kathy Hochul.
Oh, there's the tooth. There she is. I knew her name was going to come up again. Yeah, there it is. So now you see Big Tooth. Big Tooth that decided I'm going. You know, who knows? I might have to go ahead and fire Adams. I mean, I'm looking into it. I'm looking into it. After reading his charges and all of that, I was a little concerned. I ain't going to be like, I was a little concerned. But guess whose name isn't going to be mentioned in this right here, these charges?
It filed charges against Letitia James and Mark Schroeder.
No Mayor Adams? Well, look who's left off this list. Mayor Coconut stayed off the list, y'all. Mayor Coconut's like, now don't put me on the list, right? Because I'm working with you. All right. Yeah. All right. Look, Tom the Hammer. Let's do it. What do you want to do? When you want the raid to happen? I'll tell you where they at. They're in the basement right now. Okay, I got them down there. I baited them in with some snacks and stuff. Told them they was going to get some new debit cards and stuff to spend. They all ran down there. They down there ready for you. They're all bowled up. We put bowls on them. We got bowls on them and everything. Packaged up for your ice. Go get them out of here. So Mayor Coconut didn't get the indictment. Oh my goodness. So let's see. I wonder how Coconut is going to respond to this.
Who is with DMV. This is a new DOJ, and we are taking steps to protect Americans, American citizens, and angel moms, like the mom standing right behind me, who you're going to hear from in a moment.
Wow. Boy, have the tides turned. And I'm telling you, big cankles probably need to be investigated on way more than just how they're treating these sanctuary laws and stuff like that. Big cankles is definitely corrupt. She should get investigated for lawfare. Right now, I'm praying and hoping that the Biden administration, along with Cash Patel when he gets in, and Bondi and all of them, and the brain, Stephen Miller, are looking through any phone records, meetings, coordinations that took place between Fat Albert, Big Cankles, the what's the one down there, Fat Fanny, and Jack in the Box. I'm hoping they're like, okay, here's a meeting that took place right here. They said they never coordinated. Okay, why were you at the White House during this time? Where was I'm hoping they find all of that too. She needs multiple charges brought up on her. I don't want her to give them the slip somehow with this. I want her butt to be thrown in a slammer if they could find some shackles big enough for those cankles. That's the problem they have right there. All right, those cankles are pretty big. How are we gonna lock those up out there? We used some steel from the wall we were building to build some customized cankle locks for you. So now her name's mentioned.
New York has chosen to prioritize illegal aliens over American citizens. It stops today.
Yeah, good. I love it. So I wonder if Mayor Coconut's over there laughing at them now. Coconut's like, you didn't get me on that list. Yeah. And we're going to see what happens. You know, I hope these aren't idle threats, and I don't think they will be. I really think that she's going to put the pressure on their butts and look into this mess. I want them on the run, just like they did everything they could to have Trump on the run. Indictment after indictment. Law, bring him into court after one after another. Dragging him up here, doing this, doing that. I want them to be bombarded with charges. That's what I want. I want to see their backs up against the wall. But guys, we're going to finish with this, y'all. Because the Democrats done stirred up the hornet's nest. And you remember how they used to talk about when Trump, if he would lose, then, America's going to go into chaos because of all of those white supremacists and stuff. Remember Mad Max, Maxine Water? Do you know what? I'm going to suggest that they investigate Mr. Trump because I want to know where all these white supremacists are training, and these militia up in the back hills somewhere are training, and what cities they're targeting after. Yeah, when they were talking about if Trump was to mess around and lose, the right was going to go crazy. We would be emboldened. We would be out there threatening folks and stuff like that. And we're the real threat, y'all. It's us conservatives. Yeah, man, in our rhetoric. However, Trump won. And the truth is coming out, which we all knew. So let's check in on how the radical left is protesting. And I'm wondering if we might have to bring up some charges because, see, some threats are being thrown out. Look at this. Yeah, Which
Is the Bay.
This President's Day saw protests throughout the Bay Area and nationwide.
Oh, shoot.
2 protests in San Francisco, both aimed at President Donald Trump, his new administration, and Elon Musk.
The Musk? You know, they hate the muskrat. They want him bad, man. They're like, oh.
Let's get Trump out!
At the Tesla store on Van Ness in San Francisco, people packed the sidewalk outside with all kinds of handwritten signs.
Oh, yeah.
The organizer of this protest calls this a Not My President's Day demonstration, with Tesla owner Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency that he's in charge of the main focus of their ire.
Oh, yeah. You see him sliding some Nazis? You see him? You see that you got to slide in that. I'm Hitler, the commander of the Third Reich. Little known fact, I'm also dope on the mic. So now the little Nazi signs and stuff that's showing up there. These are Democrat voters, by the way. See, this is what they do in their spare time. This is how they react when they don't get their way. They went ahead, the Democrats then made sure they saved them for times just like this. So I released the craze, y'all. But the problem is, these folks, they've been emboldened to think that if we're dealing with Nazis and stuff like that, then we can go out and put threatening things on our little cardboards that we spent all weekend drawing as an adult. Do you understand the drastic situation that would make Kev sit back, bust out the markers and the crayons? All right, let's see, creepy, sleepy, and draw some stuff and then write my feelings on it and then put it on a stick, go down there doing the work thing, walking around. Do you understand? These, though, are the people, I mean, that the Democrat Party has unleashed. So now they got the cardboard, signs and drawings and stuff like that.
They say no participants went into the dealership, but one protester
Wait a minute.
did have words with the customer who was inside when the demonstration started.
One guy in there, we saw him doing a deal. He came out and I said, shame on you. You're a young guy.
Shame on you. Man, do you understand how quick I would tell these people to get out my face? If I went into Tesla and I bought something, and see, these are all in these liberal areas, where they got protesters on demand. See, I'm at the protest line. We're the Democrats. Code blue, we need to connect to the protest line. So now they send all of these crazy folks out there. And people want to go about their own life. You don't want nobody in your face talking about shame on you. This is the stuff, man. The radical left. They are lucky they don't get beat up. You come out like, dude, why are you saying shame on me? If you're mad at Elon, talk to Elon. Don't be trying to throw that off on me. I just want to get my oil changed and get out of here. But now all of a sudden, you're talking about shame on you. Let's continue.
Really nice to be surrounded.
Oh, now see. Look at that. Somebody go get their grandmother. That's what I'm saying. Somebody go get your woke granny, your woke nana. Yeah. Who let the kids put Kool-Aid in Nana's hair? That's what happened. Somebody was like, you want to play in Nana's hair? I got some Kool-Aid I put in your hair, Nana. Okay. So now Nana comes out with the purple hair.
Surrounded by people who are just as mad as I am.
Don't know why you're mad, but here we go. Deport Elon Musk. Wait a minute. Y'all should be talking about deporting folks.
I've been watching the news and staying at home crying, and I just...
That's the problem right there. You've been watching the fake news. That's what you left that out. Yeah, you left the pronoun out. I was watching the fake news. See, that's what she should have said. And their pronoun is fake. So, yeah, should have said I've been watching the fake news and crying all day because Rachel Madcow and all them saying we got a constitutional crisis. And, of course, you got, all of them saying Elon Musk is taking your Social Security. So now you've been a victim of their manipulation. If you've been at the crib crying all day, my question is, why aren't you at work? You don't look like you're about 80. Don't you have a gig? You're spending your days crying at work, at the crib, and then you decide to do what?
Decided if I didn't get out here and do something, I didn't know what to do.
And you still don't know what to do. But wait a minute. Burn a Tesla, save democracy. Wait a minute. This sounds pretty radical, y'all. Somebody got to do something. These people are encouraging violence. Where's the news? Why aren't they covering this? Why Want this and that where you can see these people are very cantankerous. They're down here encouraging burning up cars. None of that. Oh, these are mostly peaceful. Okay, let's see what else they got to say. Burn a Tesla. You know how much them bad boys cost? What's wrong with you? What? Don't sleep. Get woke. Give the dictator a poke. What does that mean? What kind of freaky mess? You've been talking to Joe Biden? Give the dictator a poke. Is that a gentle poke, a laughy poke, or a poke with a knife? We don't know. We don't know. But this is the slogans that they come up with as they're out there going after Elon Musk. So now the risk that the Democrats run when they release the crazies on the people they hate is stuff like this. You can't control the crazies. You can't say, no, don't go out there and embarrass us and make us look like we're the real radical, crazy, violent people that we are. Don't do that. Yeah, keep the crazy writings and stuff to a minimum. But nope, listen to this. Watch this. Let's see what else they got. They want to go poke Elon. Save USAID. Musk is illegal. Okay. Muskrat is illegal. Uh-oh. There it is. Off with their heads. Can you believe? Where's the feds? Somebody send the feds, because they want them off with the heads. When you want folks to have the off head, we need to bring in the feds. Violent. This is the radical left. There you go. Looks like they don't want to hang Mike Pence and stuff like that. They want to behead Donald Trump and Elon Musk. There it is. Hey, why aren't the liberals and the Democrats owning this? Why aren't nobody sticking mics in their face? The latest protest against Elon Musk and Donald Trump, they had a sign out saying off with their heads. Do you condone that? Do you condone this kind of stuff right here? Don't you think that's encouraging violence? And why aren't you guys speaking out against it? Why aren't you condemning this? Why aren't you? See, that's why I need my press pass. So look at this garbage, y'all. These folks have to talk about awful folks' heads.
The sight of this protester with an assault rifle and a sidearm.
Now you see this guy trying to be a hybrid between being a real man and a sissy man, a girly man. Hey, here you are out there trying to look tough. Got you a sidearm and a gun and all of that stuff wrapped in rainbows. Oh, man, I tell you. So let's see what this tough guy has to say.
Grabbed people's attention.
This is the most scared. Look at that. Hey, he got one on his leg, too. For what? What are you out there with that for? You know what I'm saying? You're at a liberal, gentle rally, okay? I'm surprised they're not attacking this dude for carrying a gun. That's you know what? I can't believe you. You're encouraging the mass shootings and stuff like that. But because he got his rainbow flag wrapped around him, that's his you know, his shield. His shield. He's with us. Look at him. He has rainbows on and stuff, trying to act tough.
I've ever been in my life.
Hallelujah, I shall not be moved just like a tree.
You hear that man singing like he is the Munchkin Land. We're off to see the wizard. You hear that guy? Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. So here's that crazy old man right there. That the Democrats support.
Splattered by the wall.
You hear that? Water. What is this? Don't you want to go and be a part of that rally? Yeah, I would. Just to laugh, man. Hold on. This guy needs a record deal. He needs an album out there. Okay, hold on.
I shall not.
That one note, I love it. Hold on, let's hear. I don't even know how to fake that note.
Hallelujah, I shall not be moved just like a tree that's planted by the water.
Oh, man. It's like somebody holding him hostage, making him sing. Sing the dang song. Just like a tree planted by the water. But the funny part is the audience. If you're in that crowd, at what point do you realize, like, I can't believe I'm a part of this? I'm out here standing here listening to an old crazy man make up a song to sound like somebody just threw ice water in the middle of his spine when he wasn't ready. A tree planted by the water. Like somebody just hit him with some ice cold water in his back, but yet you're standing out there. Like, all right, what's the next chant we're gonna say?
I shall not be moved. Okay, here you go.
What in the hell is he talking about?
This country is our country. It's the U.S. of A.
Oh.
It is not America X.
I'm a big fan of EVs, but I'm a bigger fan of our democracy.
I'm a bigger fan of our democracy, and I'm a big fan of no bass in my voice either, and stuff like that. But you know what, though? Even though climate change is an existential threat and it's the biggest threat to the human race and stuff, you know what's more dangerous than that is Elon Musk and Donald Trump. So I'm going to lay down all of my convictions and all of that stuff about climate change to show that my hatred for Donald Trump and Elon is greater than saving the whole wide world.
That's what that is. All of these people who's pushing climate change, talking about some, you know what? It's the greatest threat. You guys are climate deniers, and I'm going to drive an electric car to do my part. What? Elon Musk is helping Trump? Oh, yeah, get rid of this electric car. This is how unprincipled they are.
Don't have a democracy, we won't be able to solve problems like climate change.
And see, there it is, right back to climate change.
If we don't have a democracy,
You know how delusional this man is. First of all, what's crazy is, how can you afford a Tesla? Obviously, you're making a lot of money, but yet be this dumb. Be this dumb.
if we don't have a democracy, how are we going to save climate change? So I'm going to give up my car, okay, until Donald Trump and Elon is out of office, and then I'll go ahead and start saving climate change again and stuff.
Everything else that we care about.
Tesla stock is the foundation of his wealth. If we can stop boycott the sale of Tesla cars, if people...
Now look at the quality of these people right here. Look at them. Look at them. See, if you're riding down the street, do you see them and pull over and say, I want to know about your cause? You guys right now seem like you're making a difference. Blowing your horn. If I'm blowing my horn while I'm riding down there, I'm blowing it to get them out of my way. Get the heck out of the street. Get out the way, you idiots. Thank you for the support. I'm not supporting you. Put your hand down. I'm blowing to get your butt out the way. So there they are, y'all. They're out there making a difference. The single filed line.
Sell Tesla stock. We can get rid of this guy.
Yeah. So everybody out there, you're so mad at Trump and Elon, you're going to go out there and sell your Tesla stock. There you go. That's a smart thing to do. Man, liberals.
Those who drove Teslas were greeted with this.
Sell your car for the cause. You know how dumb you got to be. All of this stuff. Right now, I watched a video earlier of, I think it was the Young Black Conservative, and he did a video on these black folks trying to get black people to not shop at, what is it? What's that? That one with Target. Yeah. And he was telling them how if you got a product inside of Target as a black, manufacturer or, wholesaler or something, you got a product in there, remove it. Put your product in a black-owned business. I'm not saying you don't put your product in a black-owned business as well, but do you understand how rare it is to get your product in a major retailer like Target? And these fools are trying to tell people to go ahead, take your product off of Target's list. Do you think you're going to hurt Target or yourself? But this is the mind. The cause is bigger than everything. So rationality goes out the window. Ain't nobody going to be removing their products from Target. If you're a black, producer of some type of product and you manage to get your stuff in Target, you're like, man, you're crazy. Dude, I might be down with the struggle, but I'm going to be really down with the struggle if I take my product out of there. I'm going to be struggling in life. But these are the things these people are to sell your Tesla. But we got one, y'all. We got one that selling their Tesla isn't going to hurt because they're rich. See, you can virtue signal like that when you're rich and selling your Tesla. Yeah, there it is. Look at me, guys. I got rid of my Tesla. So watch this virtuous woman right here who's rich and famous brag about getting rid of her Tesla.
Just this week, singer Sheryl Crow did just that. She posted this video on social media of her getting rid of her Tesla with the caption, "My parents always said, you are who you hang out with."
Oh, really? You hear that, y'all? My parents always say, you are who you hang out with.
Very poor choice of words.
Well, look at that. There she is. Yep, you are who you hang out with. Is that you? Is that you snuggled up with Puffy Daddy Combs? Wow, who else? Who else? Show me the other stuff. Oh, well, look at that. Hanging out with the blob. The slob. Wow. So I guess she is who she hangs out with. Liberals.
My parents always said, you are who you hang out with.
It's yucky.
And I said, shame on you.
Shame on you. That's what it is. So there you have it, guys. That was the resistance. They're out there talking about beheading Donald Trump and Elon Musk and sending Elon back to Africa, I guess. Yeah, they want to get rid of the African American. But, you know, they just love minorities and stuff like that. They talking about getting rid of the black mayor. Yeah, the black mayor and stuff like that. They want to get rid of him. I'm sorry, he's a white nationalist, white supremacist, ultra MAGA, xenophobe, homophobe mayor now. So they want to get rid of him and all of this stuff. And all they're doing is just proving our point. You know, they're untethered to any type of morality or principles. They don't care about anybody except the party and themselves. And they're going to continue just opening up the minds of Americans as their popularity plummets. And I'm loving it. I hope they keep sending the crazies out there so everybody can say, I don't want to be a part of that nonsense. Hearing the old man out there, hey, you. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Yeah. And I'm here to make fun of it while informing people that it's going on every day. Now, I'm going to go ahead and work on a standalone video tonight. So, you know, keep your ear to the streets. Check back with the channel just in case you don't get a notification. Because I might have uploaded it and YouTube's like, shh, don't let anybody know. So I'll do that. And in the meanwhile, I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. Don't know what the day holds. I might be getting worked to death tomorrow. Who knows? We got a guy out for a whole week. But hopefully I'll be able to get in and knock it out. Somebody said the puppies. Yeah, the puppies are, well, not all, both of them. But you know, you already know. The problem child, my crazy chick, Nala, I left him alone for 10 minutes before the show started. I had intentions of leaving him out in the room. Well, her. Gizmo can run free. He knows what to chew on and what not. So I'm like, all right, I'm trying to give Nala a little bit of freedom. You know, I try to reward her because she went outside and pooped outside. And, you know, problem, I'm like, okay, good girl. I come in here and I'm like, man, I forgot something. And I'm glad I did. Because when I ran back in there to get it, I opened the door and it looked like risky business. It looked like she threw a full-blown party. She took toilet paper somehow, got hold to a whole roll of toilet paper all over the place. I'm sitting there like, you, and then took off running right up under the bed. She knew already. Now, if I wouldn't have went back in there, that whole roll of toilet paper would have been destroyed. So she's on lockdown right now. Hopefully she'll learn her lesson. But I'll maybe bring her out tomorrow if she does better. All right. So God bless y'all. Don't forget, like my videos, share my videos, follow me on all the other platforms, and subscribe to my alternative channel. And check out, said Nala's funny. She is funny. But, and that's the only thing that gets her out of trouble. You know, she'll do stuff, man. And I'll be like, ooh, but that was funny. In your head, you'd be thinking like, that was funny. I can't show her. I can't let her know that was funny, but it was funny. But yeah, so check out Kevin's Corner Store. And if you want to support the channel through my Cash App or PayPal, you can do that as well. All right, let's get out of here. So you guys get to enjoy your evening. I got to go right back to work. This is awesome. Yeah, awesome. Up north got her hands round your throats. I need to see the way we tear up the place, yeah. God bless.